Okay. All right. I always forget.
Hello, hello. Okay, it looks like we are live.
Great.
So here again for another Write a Flash Fiction with me, with my guest, Mary.
I always forget.
Hello, hello. Mary, introduce yourself, please.
All right. Well, hi, everybody. Like she said, my name's Mary. I am in Central Arkansas, is where I'm based right now. I write mystery. I don't write mystery. We were just talking about mystery. That's why I've got that on the brain. I write sci-fi. I write fantasy. I've got the plans for a romance going on. So I guess there's so much that I just I just can't settle on one project. I have to be working on multiple projects at once to just to keep myself happy.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm currently working on my sci-fi fantasy novel and also my Neverland retelling serial and also the tiny shorts I do for Flash Fiction Friday.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So today we're working with a prompt that Mary suggested. So I'm going to share my screen and let's see what we can brainstorm from this one. I had Ali on and we ended up brainstorming the beginnings of a whole new novel that I want to go work on now. I keep telling myself, put it in my book and come back to it later.
Yes. Yeah, I was there for that one last week. That
Let
one
me
was...
know if you are seeing screen share.
Let's see, it's not popping up on my phone just yet, but we'll give it a minute.
I feel like a whole world can be done. There it is. I'm seeing it.
Okay. Like I see it on our screen in StreamYard. It's just taking a while. There it goes. There it goes. On the phone. It's just that lag is so... You don't even know the words for it. Yes. Yes, there are. I don't know.
Okay,
I think there
so
are
this
so
one
many.
looks like fantasy, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, so many paths that this could go.
It looks like two different groups of knights. You see the armor that the pairs are wearing is different. So maybe one force is like trying to invade this fancy building. Maybe is that the palace or the seat of government? So the midst of war, and they're at the last push to get into enemy territory. My mind keeps going to big, epic continental battles. I need to book a link for some of my stories. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there was just some kind of yeah, I'm just trying to see here. Like they're obviously on some kind of mission and they're in a hurry. Just trying to look at on both screens here. So obviously magic is involved with that little golden something or other hovering over the other group of soldiers. And so it's like it almost looks like it could be magic that the ones in black have used, or like coming from the woman itself, or I don't know, either some kind of weapon that has been magicked, or maybe some other magical force that is stopping the knights in the background.
Maybe it's... My first thought was that the hooded ones in the front were being driven out by the helmet guys in the back. And then, yeah, maybe you're right, and she sets off this light bomb, whatever it is. Or the light bomb is coming from an unknown source, and they're all of it. I like the scenario better, though.
Yeah, well, Oh, it is so tough to say. So many possibilities. Like, oh, and then there's that other thing too, like how just the difference in
Okay, I like that first scenario though, that they were trying to infiltrate.
Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. I'm noticing too the differences in their.
What was that, Mary? What were you saying?
I'm noticing the differences in their different armors. Like the guys in the background is what you see more typical of knights, where the ones in the front are kind of a combination of knights and I don't know, maybe ninjas or some other secretive, because they don't have the helmet. They've just got a face covering and a hood. So that could again be part of.
That's why I assumed that they were the invaders.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's why I assumed they were the invaders. They're the stealth part of the mission, trying to get in while the army's at the gates.
Right.
So they're trying to sneak in. That's what came to mind for me.
Right. Right. So the question now is, what is it that they were trying to do? Like what exactly is it that they're infiltrating, or
that's
what's the mission?
Yeah, that's always the part that comes to me last, motive for what it is they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, kitty. One of my cats decided to come in and cry at me. And there he goes.
Okay. Maybe they are there to abduct the governor's daughter to make the enemy forces stand down.
Maybe. Let's see, either the daughter,
what else could they
or
be after? We need more possibilities.
Right. Yeah. Either the daughter or
find a sacred treasure.
Right. Something, or yes, some other kind of symbol, a treasure, a specific, I don't know, maybe a specific weapon, something that symbolizes the power of leadership. And if they're able to take that, then that might make the opposing army stand down. So I do like the army standing down idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this guy here at the front, he has an arrow drawn. So does this lady have magic, and like she has magic and he's the muscle?
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense. Especially if
maybe whatever that glowing ball of light is, it looks powerful. Maybe it's something she can't do too often.
Right. She couldn't do it too often otherwise, and that's why she needs the muscle.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at the details here as well. He's been scarred. Magic is why he has those scars.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Like maybe he has them from before they paired up.
Or maybe like she's his sister and she has magic, and so whoever they work for is forced to use that magic, and he once got hurt by it when they were younger, and so he knows that she can be dangerous, and so he's there to watch her back to make sure that something like whatever happened before doesn't happen again while they're in the midst of this chaos.
Right.
What did I just say?
Come on, phone.
Okay, so that sounds like a whole lot of backstory. I'm still trying to figure out the present story.
Right.
Not backstory, it's present story that takes time.
Right.
Okay, let's
see
that we can piece into this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if there are any more details like in the background, anything that we missed that could be useful. That's why I like using picture prompts.
Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to see if there's anything on the girl that can give us more on her.
Right.
She needs a name. What name comes to mind for you?
See, I'm kind of looking at her myself. Let me see. Gosh, that's a tough one. I always have trouble with names. It takes me forever without like going to a baby name website. I've already got a story with a character named Rashida, so I don't want to use that one again. But I think I would want that same flavor of name, that same ethnicity. I don't know.
I like Bela.
Huh? You like what name?
Okay, so do you want to start our first writing sprint?
Sure. I can. If I can figure out how stuff works around here. So let's see. So, do you want me to bring up a timer, or we should have talked about this beforehand, or just set a timer on? Come on. How long do we want to go for? Are you frozen? I think you might be frozen for a minute.
And we're back. I think it's I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened. I think there's a little bit of a connection problem.
Yeah, I noticed something went a little bit. Well, we were still trying to figure out the timer, or like how to do this first sprint.
That's okay. I will set a timer and I will put the 15-minute sprint banner on the screen.
All righty.
Ready to go? Okay, 15 minutes.
All righty.
There it is. I'm going to mute while we're sprinting.
Okay. Well, I heard you kid again. Oh, there he is. Okay.
And hello. That's the first sprint.
All right.
How did you do?
Um, it was interesting. I ended up, I had started off writing from the girls' point of view, you know, running away from them, but I found myself switching instead and re-beginning the story from the man's point of view, the one that's waiting just around the corner. And I liked the idea of them possibly being brothers and sisters, so I went ahead and kept that. And you know, he's watching and waiting and also complaining kind of to himself that this was quote unquote supposed to be an easy job, but stealing royal artifacts is never simple. And so I went with the idea that, you know, they're trying to steal some special jewel that marks the ruler as who they are, as like blessed by the gods, and that was their mission. And he can't tell whether she's actually got it yet or not because, well, she's in the middle of running from the soldiers, and he's prepared to empty his quiver at them to help her. But she's just about to do magic is kind of where I paused. So what about you? How did yours go?
Okay, yours sort of, except that was the girl's perspective. And in mine, she is very powerful, very scared of what's happening. She doesn't want to use whatever gift this is that she has. She sees it as a curse because it's been dangerous before, but she has to use it. And so she uses it, she sends out this ball of light, and then she runs and ducks for cover. And she's feeling cold and exhausted from it because it takes a lot out of her. And so there's that burst of light, the knights chasing her down, and then her brother steps out with his arrows and finishes whoever's left. I'm still not sure exactly what they're trying to, the goal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm describing the scene, but I don't have the goal yet.
Yeah, I always find myself doing better with dialogue, but this scene does not lend itself to dialogue. So, except for like, stop thief, like, yeah, right, that's really going to work. Yeah, I had the girl more eager and excited for the chance to use her magic, but maybe, I don't know, I might also use the fact that she's just totally drained afterward. So I don't know.
Oh, by the way, my usual disclaimer, the credit for the artwork will be in the description, and all artwork is just used for story inspiration.
Yes.
So yeah, that is what I'm trying to figure out now. Where can they go with this?
Right.
So is it that they're trying to get in or they're trying to escape?
I don't know. In mine, at least, I see them trying to escape. Like she's already successfully infiltrated and possibly stolen the gem or whatever it is she's going after. But this is her trying to escape.
Okay. I still think they're trying to get in to get something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I felt while writing. Okay, anything else? Do you want to read?
Pardon?
Do you want to read what you've written, or do you want to do another sprint?
Well, either one. Either one is good. I could probably read a little bit. Like I said, I had originally started off writing this
Okay,
from
go
her
ahead.
point of view, but then I decided I didn't like that anymore and started from the man's perspective, which I've made her brother. I'm calling him Balthazar. And for now, at least, she's Tanya, but I don't like that. But anyway, we've got Balthazar peered around the corner at the sound of shouts and cursed. The job was not to be seen. Yet here Tanya was, racing across the courtyard with 4 Gandelian soldiers after her. He drew an arrow and knocked it to the bow. It was supposed to have been a simple job. Stealing royal artifacts was never simple, especially the high jewel of Gandel that marked the High King or Queen as blessed by the gods. If they got out of this alive, Ronston had better be prepared to pay them well. Stop, thief! Balthazar tried not to roll his eyes. That never worked. Did the Gandelians think a thief would be stupid enough to let themselves be captured? His eyes darted between the soldiers and his sister. Did she have it? He couldn't tell. He drew back on the bowstring. He caught Tanya's eyes, saw the bright-eyed squint that meant she was smiling. What are you thinking? But before he even had time to finish the thought, he watched as Tanya cupped her hands together as she ran. And that's almost all of what I have. There was like a half-finished sentence after that, but that's where it stops.
I like it. Okay, so these two sound like they're mercenaries.
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
think
might
that's
read some
part
of
at
mine
least of
after
what I'm going.
the next sprint. Ready to go again?
Sure.
Okay, ready to go again?
Yep, sure.
Okay, 15 minutes.
All right.
Go. Time's up.
All right.
How'd that go?
I had to do a little bit more brainstorming instead of writing for this one, or just at least start, making notes about
I
what
got more of the
needed to
dynamic
happen.
of the sibling.
Huh? You got more of the what? Oh, it looks like you froze for a second there. You said you got more of the dynamics.
What are you saying?
What, from the? Oh goodness, come on. Sorry, my computer's fussing at me.
More of the sibling dynamic.
Okay.
I think the lag ends up with us talking over each other without knowing it.
I think so.
That's annoying. That's annoying.
A little bit. A little bit. But I don't know. What can you do? What can you do, We will
Okay,
make
you're
it
hearing.
work. You're still breaking up once in a while.
Just try. Okay, you were world building. How did that go?
Yeah, doing a little bit of world building, just trying to figure out, like exactly, why is it that they were the ones, chosen to infiltrate and steal whatever it is that they're stealing, and why that jewel. But also, making little scene notes about, what happens after to the soldiers that the girl threw the ball of magic at. Like, I have it just enveloping them and they disappear. I don't know where they go, but I don't know. But it's apparently one of her favorite things to use when they're on the job.
On the sibling dynamic, and I came up with it as kind of sad, and it also kind of explains why I'm so scared right now in my version.
Oh, yeah.
So in mine, only certain people in this world have these gifts. It's very rare. And when they were children, she developed her gift, but her brother didn't. And he resents her for that. And he has those scars because of an incident where her gift got out of control or something like that. So that's why they got this job to infiltrate or whatever, because they're mercenaries and he can boast that he has a gift, and so people will hire them for that power. So he is resentful of his sister, but he also uses her to further their job. And
Nice. Nice. I like that.
yeah. And for that magic, it's like bits of light come out of each of her fingers and it coalesces into that ball. You can see strands of light are coming off of it. To me, that's the bits of light coming together and forming that ball. And then it kind of blows up like a miniature supernova. So destructive.
Yeah. Yeah, the supernova,
I have
or at least
written
really
is
bright
that he
light.
was running from. Yeah. Yeah, it's hot and blinding and possibly destructive, like depending on the intensity. And it leaves her feeling cold and shaken because that's also like taking all the warmth out of her body to make that. And
That
what I
would
had
make
is she was running from these guards. She sees her brother. The guards have. He could shoot them with his arrows, but he's not going to. He's going to make her use this power that he knows she doesn't like to use instead of helping her. And then after she's done, the guards are down, then he'll step up and clean up the mess, clean up what's left.
Wow,
so that is a dysfunctional family.
Very much so, yes.
It's also destructive power, and I feel sorry for her. She has this awesome power, destructive potential, and I feel sorry for her.
Yeah. Yeah, hearing your version of it, absolutely. Absolutely. I think in my version of it, she's like a little bit more of an adrenaline junkie, or just the opportunity to use the magic. She loves it, but it also leaves her drained. So it's like she doesn't really care about the after effects so much.
Okay, I can read a little bit of mine, I think.
Okay, yeah,
kind of in
definitely.
bits and pieces. I need to string them together properly, but do you want me to read some?
Sure.
Okay. Kaya didn't want to use the gift she'd been cursed with. You would think her own brother of all people would understand why. His face bore the marks of her gift and the scars that his mask didn't quite hide. Ever since that day when she developed a gift and he didn't, her loving brother had hated her, envied her, and even feared her a little, but mostly hate. His bow, and he never bit him, and he'd take out the Imperials chasing her if he wanted to. He knew that he wouldn't. And he would do far worse to her than the Imperials would if she failed.
Oh my goodness.
That's
wow, that's yeah. Wow, you weren't kidding when you said dysfunctional. That's the truth right there. Oh my goodness. They both got some issue.
Yeah, so if the story continues, it's going to be to find a way to escape and find a real family.
Yeah.
And then that leads to the question, how does the rest of the world view these gifted people? Are they just, so can she go out and find a family, find a sane job? Where can she go from here?
Right. Right. So maybe, yeah, I'm not sure about like the level of acceptance of magic in the world at large, but maybe she at least finds, okay, train of thought derailed. Let's see. I don't know, maybe she's able to find other magic users. Like it's I think you were saying that it's rare in this world, but she is at least able to find one person. So I don't know.
It feels like an abusive relationship, like why a person doesn't leave their abuser because that's familiar, that's what they know. This is her brother who probably helped raise her. She doesn't know to leave. She doesn't know that she can leave. She doesn't know what she would do if she left. So how would she get away from this?
Hmm. Right. So there's
I like that
got to be
character
something that's
examination.
just like the breakpoint.
What did you say?
Say so there's got to be some kind of breaking point for her where she has to figure out that she needs to leave for her own safety. I know it's some abusive relationships. That's not always
Or what?
it doesn't always occur to people. At least I assume anyway. But yes, like what is the straw that breaks the camel's back?
So it's her realizing that she needs to leave. Yeah, a final straw or some incident that happens that actually does separate her from her brother. And maybe at first she thinks she has to find him because that's what they do. Or she realizes that she can go off on her own now that they're separated.
Right.
And then there's again figuring out how the world works. How would she survive on her own? Because he's probably, if he sees his sister as a weapon. Maybe he cares for a little bit, but he's resentful that she uses her as a tool.
Right.
Maybe her ignorant to keep her close. So does she know how to survive?
I would think that she would, at least
all
considering
of these questions we can ask.
At least considering what I see in this picture, I would think she does. Like he would at least have to teach her something.
How to survive in terms of fighting. Let me use an example, like Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender. She is perfect in a military setting, but in that episode where they went to the beach, she did not know how to interact at all socially.
Oh, okay. So the social
would this girl be able to interact socially? Would be able to travel normally, like walk the roads where other people travel and not get into an altercation? Would she be able to get a job that doesn't involve her using this power and just survive? So clearly she can kick ass, but can she function outside of that setting?
Right. Gotcha.
So I'd have to build more of the backstory to see what her knowledge and education is. That's fun. I love making backstory.
Yeah, I think I need to spend more time doing it. Just
once you build backstory, it's to write for a character. Point where after she did this sun blowing up thing to the guards, she's cold and shaking against that wall that she's hiding behind. Her brother looks at her like she's weak, and she's thinking he has no idea what it feels like to do that. And that's like a small realization for her, that he has no idea what having that power is like. He does not have power.
Right.
So that is like something that she can build on later on to realize he does not have the power to control her. Of course, there is some weakness to her power. It's something she can't use often, and using it weakens her. So there is that danger.
Right. She needs that time to recover her.
That's a limitation.
Right.
That the power is limited like that it has a real cost on her physically. Because if you could have somebody who can just blast through walls and they can always get out of anything, or so I like this. And maybe she grows to the point where it does not take so much as her. So power progression, if it's a longer story. For this sibling thing, I have like progression of the character. I already have the arc. I still don't know exactly what they are doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
But I like the character arc.
Yeah.
Okay, so mercenary sent in to steal something. Well, assassin, but I don't think I'm going to go that route.
Yeah.
Anyway, I might just keep brainstorming like the world like that. That's fun. You have anything else to add now, or do you want to sprint again?
We can sprint again. That's
Okay,
never
another
wrong.
15 minutes.
Sure.
Okay, 15 minutes.
All right. Dust.
time is
Right.
for you,
Oh, you're breaking up. You're frozen a little bit.
Mary.
Looks like you're a little bit frozen down on your end, so I didn't catch a thing you said.
Oh, how about now?
It's a little bit better, but it looks like you just froze again.
How did that last for you?
Huh?
Hold on, I'm trying to something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, none of the buttons on my screen seem to be working. That is weird.
Oh, that is weird.
StreamYard doesn't like me tonight. Let me know if you're hearing me.
I do hear you, but the image just wants to pause and freeze for a little bit. But maybe things will catch back up again.
Okay, now.
It's getting there. There was a little bit of a...
Since technology is giving time, it might be time to call it a night. How do you do on that last sprint?
That could be. I mean, we have been going for almost an hour and a half, which is pretty good. I don't know. I've been trying to save, my story too, but it was.
So, do you have any comments?
Huh?
You have any final comments on this story?
Oh my gosh, just that there's so many different ways that this could go. I was trying to brainstorm a little bit more about the siblings' backstory, and actually started going on the kingdom's backstory, the one that they're trying to infiltrate, and like what is it that they're really going after, and who's the good guys and who's the bad guys in here, and kind of the way that things are going. It looks like these two might be hired by the good guys, who and like, so we'll have to see where this goes. Like, I've got the idea that the kingdom that they're stealing this whatever from, like I've got it as a jewel, like how that marks the person as blessed by the gods, whoever the ruler is, and how it's not necessarily the like the succession doesn't necessarily go by birth. It just goes by whoever the jewel chooses, and it may not be in this ruler's family. It might be somebody else. And that's why these two were hired to steal this jewel, was because whoever the ruler is right now has been doing stuff that has just taken away their worthiness of being blessed by the gods. Like, okay, the gods have got to fix this now. It's time to call somebody else.
The real ruler is hired to get it back. Okay.
Yeah, so that's
something came to mind for mine as well. Like, the brother is not a good person, but maybe they are working for people, like jobs that help their country or whatever. But another possible plot point that came to mind is maybe somebody might higher up in the hierarchy gets close to her because it seems like they want to help her and whatever when she gets away from her brother. But it turns out that they are trying to manipulate and use her as a weapon, same way that he did, except something worse. And so we have to see, has she out of that cycle of abuse, and can she on her own and not be used and manipulated, or what will happen?
Right. Wow.
So that's food for brainstorming.
Yes. Yes, definitely. I love how with these prompts we all go so many different directions. I mean, just the ones that you've been sharing with everybody on Instagram for the Flash Fiction Friday. All the stories are so different just from the same image.
Yeah, that's why I love the Flash Fiction Friday. Why I love using the pictures. We see the same thing, and that way you can see it visually instead of like using word prompts. Everyone can see visually that we had the same starting point, and then we can see how we all went in different directions.
Yes, yeah, I love that.
Okay, so I do want to brainstorm more to my story idea.
You're freezing up a little bit. I think I heard something about trying to do some more brainstorming.
I want to brainstorm a little more on this, and then I'll add it to my story idea binder, like something to come back to after I finish the project I'm working on now.
Okay.
I never throw away ideas. Save everything to my story idea binder.
Right. Yeah. I think I might need to have.
I think that's it tonight.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying I could probably collect all my ideas, try to keep them together. But like as soon as I have these ideas, I'll either create a whole new story file, or I'll do something in the Trello app, which I think Brittany Wang was showing a little bit of how to use that. So I've got so many different places to have these, and I'm even starting to write ideas down in my little planner here. But we'll see. Anyway, go ahead.
I have a notebook that I write all of my ideas in, like one that's small enough to fit in whatever bag I'm carrying. So if I get an idea, I can write it down, or if I'm reading something or writing something and I get the idea, I can write it down. And then I have a larger physical binder. I do have a solid idea. I head up a page and I write out the thoughts, the plot points for that. And so I have that physical binder. And I also have a document on my computer. I have one like for novel ideas when I first was trying to decide what I wanted to write before I got the novel idea that I'm currently working on. I put everything in their details so I could see what was most fleshed out and what most captured my interest. And when I started Flash Fiction Friday, I have one document that I write all of my Flash Fictions in, so they're in one place, and I can see which ones are finished, which ones I want to edit more or add, and which ones could actually be novel ideas if I continued them. So this one is going into my Flash Fiction.
Yeah, I started doing that too.
Organized and all in one place.
Sorry, I missed the last part. Sorry.
Thank you very much for joining me, Mary.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just have a place to keep all of my story ideas in one place so I don't lose them.
Yeah.
I think our audio is overlapping again.
I hate it when that happens.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining me. This was very fun.
Thank you. Yes, I enjoyed it. Thanks for having me.
Know if I story, what else I come up with.
Sorry, you went all broke up for a little bit there. What was that last bit?
Sorry. I will, I will let you know if I continue this stuff I come up with.
Okay, great. Great. I'm intrigued to see where yours goes. I'm intrigued to see where mine goes, but I'm really interested in yours.
Okay. So we're going to end this for tonight. Thank you again. Bye.
Right. Thank you. Bye.